Hello, my name is Brendan, and my character's name is Dorin Duskmourn. He is a dwarf, so he's a cleric of the Twilight Order. When you look at Dorin, he is a little bit on the big side for a dwarf, so he's around 5 foot tall, but he's not big and stocky like you imagine other mountain dwarves. He is rather more lean and wiry, but you can see this kind of strength underneath that as well. The first thing you notice about Dorin is his shock of red-brown hair, and he also has a big bushy red beard kind of down to his navel. When Dorin looks at you, he has a very kind of smouldering intensity. He wears armor, as befitting his station as a Dusk Knight. He is drawn to protect others.
Hello, I'm Scott. My character is Avery Dumas. He is, well, he's a bit of a wheeler dealer, a bit of a scoundrel, because actually he's to a degree undead. We were lying there in our coffin, and some maniac called Godfrey ripped me out from the ground. A bit of a mad night for me, to be honest. One of many to follow. Dumas, he's about 6 foot tall, blonde as you can expect, a short beard. He wears an eye patch over his eye, concealing this sort of misty, undeathly seeing orifice.
Hello, my name is Morris. That's all you're getting. I am Magister and Professor Gottfried Bauch Wilhelm Friedrich Schopenhauer. My character is a man probably in his 60s, a thin, gaunt body, rather lost in elaborate robes of some obscure office. His very serious expression fending off all oncomers on his face. I am one of the foremost scholars of Brenier, a leading authority in the arcane, metaphysics, theology, philology, etc., etc. Yeah, okay, I think that's it. I am going to have a cup of coffee.
Hello, I'm Grace Kelly Miller and I'm playing Georgina Flock, also known as George or Georgie by her friends. And she's a broad, muscular, strong woman in her early 30s. She's 5'11", though appears 6 foot with her dirty blonde and grey hair piled up in plaits on top of her head. She wears a jumbled mix of humble country clothing with moments of knitwear, all topped off with a very fine cream doublet. Overall, she has the look of someone who has been on quite the bender or rager, as she's a barbarian. Yet, despite this rough around the edges look, her grey eyes seem to sparkle with a zest for life.
Hello and welcome to episode 12 of the Duskmourn Chronicles. Could be the last show. I don't know. Why? If you haven't been watching what's been going on, well, 5. Grace.
So, we arrived in the Shadowfell and basically Gottfried was like, hey, you shouldn't make any sound, any light, touch the ground, any of that sort of malarkey. But we did the spell to make sure we could try and find Avery, and somehow we ended up getting a bit more light. Because we found him, or we lost him. Yes, there we go, viewers, no worries, I'm back with you. We knew, we got a ping, so we were like, right, let's send up a light, kind of like a flare, see if he can come towards us. Of course, this was a flare for all the big horrible creatures. And we heard a horrible chittering noise and the big fat worm with lots of teeth was behind us. So, battle ensued. I got eaten for a while. We got covered in puke. Avery spent the whole episode running. That was nice for you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was lovely. And just as the big worm got cut in half, Georgie was able to jump out, join the boys. They start running in the direction they hope Avery is in. The light has gone down. They're in the darkness, but looming above them is a big, bloody spider.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it's its turn. So,
Cool.
And Georgie loves it.
Okay, so for those of you wondering where these miniatures come from, they come from Epic Encounters, makers of these big minis. Anyway, so there you go. Right, the spider. The giant cephalopod is busy consuming the remains of the worm. Most of the other little creatures are now gathering around the giant cephalopod because it's much more interesting. Although your Deadite spell is gone, you still have sheep floating around you. Notice that those weren't mentioned in the update.
Oh, they weren't. Yeah, my wild magic sheep
Yeah.
for raging was going doof doof
Yeah,
doof doof doof.
literally
I wasn't-
rainbow-coloured sheep.
Yeah, and they
Rage has
bleat
descended.
as well. I wasn't sure if it had stayed up or gone down.
Oh no, it would have ended because your rage
I
was
think
over.
it went
yeah,
down.
So that's
yeah,
finally gone down as well.
sadly. But it was a great moment of the episode. So go back and listen and watch.
Yeah.
You should watch it. This
There you
is video format. I keep
Yeah.
forgetting. I'm so used to podcasts.
Right, the spider. Well, it's kind of a spider. You notice that it has these large bulges, for lack of a better word,
Oh, God.
all across its cephalothorax, the body part. And the bulges seem to contain some kind of jelly because it wobbles as the spider rears up. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what is happening there. Godfrey, you are the closest, but now there is no light. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes.
I don't know
You
about-
have the vision of the ravens and can see.
I am
Georgina
blind
does. You are
as-
blind as a bat.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, Georgina, you can give me a perception check, please.
Okay. 17 plus.
Okay. Inside the bulges, you can see every now and again a hand, a humanoid hand presses against the bulge, or a foot, or a face, and sometimes it's moving, and sometimes it looks like it's just pressing against it out of pressure.
Oh.
So each bulge seems to contain something.
I don't want to go in there.
Yeah. So that's what you're seeing. And then it is going to randomly attack 1, 2, or 3.
It start its turn within my range as well of my spiritual guardians.
Oh, yes, it does.
Ooh, 10
Absolutely.
minutes. I'm concentrating, by the way, if you have a concentration.
Oh, yes, I do. Absolutely.
So, let's see.
I'll find it. But yes, roll your. It's dexterity saving throw as a natural 1.
Blue, top left corner.
18 points of radiant damage.
18 points of radiant damage.
Ooh, that's
Juicy.
nice.
Juicy.
Yeah, 8, 6, and 4.
All right. So it has chosen its target.
Yep. Now it knows who to attack.
Yeah. You're the source of its pain. And so I need you to please give me a dexterity saving throw, because as it lifts up on its legs, these large spine-like protrusions, they just spew out these tendrils of silk towards you.
Blech. So I got a 22.
22, fantastic. You leap to the side,
Yeah.
and the area just gets covered in this white, sploogy, white silken stuff. And as it gets swamped with that stuff, you notice the ground start to move away. And that's the leeches in the mud all evacuating that space where that white stuff is now spattered down.
Okay.
So it has done that. Georgina.
I see Doran kind of run to get out of the way. I don't want that stuff splooging on me, but I also know Gottfried can't see.
Yeah.
So I am dragging Gottfried with me away from my...
This will provoke an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I
Okay.
appreciate that.
You appreciate that?
But in the hope of a potential dash, I'm going to take the risk.
Okay.
This is so
So
kind.
it lashes out at you with one of its big spiny legs and misses completely. Completely. You are knee deep mud, so your movement is 20 feet.
I have never been so happy to be dragged in.
Yes, and yeah, I'm using my action for my
Dash.
movement as,
Okay.
yeah, to dash. But if I'm dragging Gottfried, does that just make it? Yeah,
Yeah.
still
So
20.
20
Very
feet.
light.
Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately, you are also knee deep in mud, so it's that sort of
Yeah.
pulling a cart without wheels.
It's like Artax the horse from
Oh
Neverending
my
Story.
goodness.
Oh, no.
Yeah. How to Raise a Child in the 1980s.
Traumatized
These are
in
5
the
each, aren't
movies.
they?
Oh my
The
god.
Gamork is still hunting me.
Which one?
The Gamork.
I am the
I am the
nothing.
nothing. Carbonatree.
Exactly. Anyway,
Flying
right.
monkeys
So,
in
right. Anyway,
flying
right.
monkeys anyway, no, go on. I
And
won't
now
go
we
through my
descend
trauma.
into the psychology of players of Dungeons and Dragons. Right, so you have made it 20 feet. That is you, Doran.
Well, do I think we can outrun this thing? Probably not. I'm going to try.
You are knee deep in mud.
And it just attacked me, so surely it can see me. Right, if it just attacked. Yeah. And I've got this big kind of
Or
thing going
sense
on.
you in some way.
So all right.
Well, you've got spirit guardians floating
Spirit
around.
guardians are floating around, so I'm gonna just try and hit it with a first level guiding bolt. Come on, +6.
You see a little flare going.
I'll just move here, so it's directly between my friends and it.
Okay. Gottfried the Dragged.
Oh, I want to see Gottfried in drag
Yeah, I
now.
know.
Please.
Well,
The
yeah, on a
dragged.
Wednesday in the right club, you'll find me. So I don't have any big hitters left. So I'm going to try something really fucking sketchy. But sketchy is kind of our middle name at this point, right?
Yeah.
So I have no idea if this thing is just an animal or maybe in the Shadowfell everything has I don't know what's going on. But I am going to try to telepathically send it a message, and that message is just one name, Shaltaak.
Okay. You send that message as you're being dragged away.
Don't know what I did, but it's amazing.
You are a god. The whole thing just backs up. You do get an attack of opportunity if you wish to
I
take
will
it.
leave it. I will leave it.
Yeah.
I know I'm scary, but
You're like,
what did I
what
do?
just happened?
I missed, didn't I? Like,
Maybe Guiding Bolt is the secret nemesis of the Shadowfell.
He was going chasing the guiding bolt.
holy shit, guys, he's got a lighter.
You are now legging at 140 feet around.
Oh, yes.
That gets you 620 feet. You're nearly there.
Can I be seen at this point?
Nope.
Certainly not by me.
Oh, yes.
Yes, you can,
Yes.
because your range is 300 feet, right?
Oh my
I
God.
mine as well. We can both see 300 feet.
Oh, yeah. So then you can actually see
Well, I can be seen. I can't see.
Some
this
weird
bizarre
long.
light is ending.
Avery on stilts.
I mean, we see something on stilts. Something with long legs running towards us.
He's not wearing his signature
Prepare for
cap,
battle.
so how would
Oh,
we know
exactly.
it is?
Yeah, you should shoot it.
What a tragic end.
Yeah, you can really. Hey guys, magic missile in the face.
And Guiding Bolt, because it's only level 1 spells that are left.
Georgie will whisper into Gottfried's ear, I think I see something coming towards us. Could be him.
It better be.
And so,
Back that way.
after a terrifying 7 minutes of worm and spider, we're out of initiative as the four of you are finally reunited.
Yay! Who's going to
Well,
punch him first?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't see. So I don't
No.
know. And I'm not saying
You are
anything. So I don't.
all suffering from level 1 exhaustion at this point.
So.
Yeah.
That's disadvantage on
Ability
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 checks.
checks. Thank you.
Okay. Now we must wait.
Whoa. In a whispering tone of voice. When I saw the chaos, I knew. I knew you'd come for it.
I'm going to put my hands out until I've got him.
Yes.
And put my hands on either side of his shoulders and then just go. But I'm very weak, so it doesn't make any noise.
I go and do it back. The same thing.
10 points of damage.
0 points of damage.
0 points, yes. Yes. You are exhausted. You are wet.
Leechy.
Oh, yes.
Did you find any safe places, Avery, here? Did you get us out of the mud? This forsaken mud.
I found a great
Also-
way of traversing the mud.
Psychically, I will say to you, give me the orb.
Which orb?
The one you stole, you fucking idiot.
Oh yeah. So it's been a while here. I've kind of lost. Here you go.
Okay. Give me a moment. I'll
You
examine
get
it first.
handed this thing, and you're like, I will examine this thing. Oh,
I can't see a fucking thing.
I need some light.
But
See, it's more light.
Yes.
Back that way, there were caves.
Let's get out of this swamp. Shall we head this way slowly and quietly?
Yes.
Very, very
Yes,
slowly.
I have learned. Right, light, not a good idea to say. Sound,
Thanks for the information.
not a good idea.
Thanks for the information, Avery. That's very useful. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Georgie says, picking up balls you don't recognise, not a good idea.
and again telepathically, we will talk about this when we get home. You are in all kinds of fucking deep shit.
I'm just so happy to see you guys. I kind of thought I was going to die here.
We're not out of here yet.
Yeah.
You owe us, the Dusk Warden, approximately 2,475 gold coins.
I have a couple of crates full of bloody wood.
That's true.
That's true.
Does the
So
Dusk-
I take it while this hushed conversation is
Yes.
happening, you are very slowly making your way
So slowly, yeah.
across the mud.
Slowly.
Well, apart from
Yeah,
strides a lot
yeah,
over
You're
here.
not going anywhere, so try.
Says Godfrey, pointing in the completely wrong direction because hiss or something, so I know where to shout at you. You have no idea how long it takes you to get to the edge of this swamp. But when you do, the ground that you step onto, it hurts. It's shale. It's hard. It slips from underneath your feet. You touch it with your hands and it's like touching razor blades. It's not nice. And occasionally you step into ash, which softens for a moment, but then you punch through the ash into the shale underneath. But it is quiet as the hushed sound of ash once again falls.
Okay.
Can we enter in any of the caves if we return?
All
that
the cave mouths are open.
Pick one at random and stride.
What can we see in the cave mouth with our eyes of night?
Yeah, so looking into the caves, I need you to, whoever's looking, give me perception checks.
Yes.
Like
17.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay, good.
Plus 0.
Good. Good. You are looking at those caves, and the one that seems to be the easiest to enter you're looking at it, and you're looking at it, and that's when you realize that there is a warm breeze. Subtle, very subtle, that touches you for maybe a second, and then it's gone. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, and then it touches you again for a couple seconds. It's as if the cave is breathing.
Having found myself swallowed so very recently, I'm gonna turn to the others. And like start pushing away in silence. It's like, no, not again. No.
Who lives in a house like this?
All right. You press on.
Press on.
well,
Now in which direction? Into the hills? Along the side of the swamp? Do you just plump
I mean,
down?
where are we going? Maybe we just
Look,
wait.
maybe we just wait.
Yeah, there's no point in going anywhere. We don't have a destination here. We just sit and we wait.
Well, are you leading me to believe that Professor Gottfried, the renowned scholar who is in Shadowfell, the place where he has been writing about for so long, now wishes to just sit on a pile of shale and wait?
But I have a sample already. I have everything I require.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
To be fair,
I'm just surprised. That's it.
he's learned the secret of shut up and do nothing or die.
Yes, it's Georgia, my turn to
It's
fuck up
like-
next. shall we?
Yeah.
I would just like to go home now.
Okay.
It is nicer in the books, the Shadowfell.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean,
So you just stop outside of this cave on the edge of the swamp.
I would like to move away from these caves. Is there anything else? I mean, can I see the hills?
Yeah.
I can see the hills. Have you been to the hills?
Tell us about your adventures.
I met some lovely folk who saved me from this rather tall lizard monster with 2 heads, weird eely tongues. And I ran for a bit. More. I've basically been running and hiding since I got here.
Okay, well, maybe.
It's really good to see you.
But she kind of pats, and she is glad they found him. So, yeah.
What's the plan, by the way? Are we all just here now? Is this our life?
This is
where we live,
Yeah. We need to wait for at least 24 hours in the material plane time frame, and then we'll be yoinked out of here by the magi.
And hopefully, hopefully you will come with us.
Yes.
Yeah,
But you need to
stay
be
close.
But you need to be hugging Gottfried at the time.
The only hug you will ever get from me, pain in the ass.
You should have seen how upset he was.
Really?
Oh,
Be quiet. That's
he turned puce.
Really?
with anger, with rage.
I'm
Silly man.
cared.
You cried when you raged.
Still sitting outside the cave
Maggie,
on the edge of the swamp.
I think
Having a
it's good to
conversation.
move here.
Let's try and move someplace
Let's
safe,
go
shall we?
towards the hill,
Okay,
shall we?
yep.
Like, we've not been there yet.
I came from the hills. This much like anywhere else. But a
Let's
direction.
try and find a safe place,
Yeah,
right?
just see
I don't
what
think we
can
will
find.
ever be really safe
But
in
at least
the
out
Shadowfell.
of sight of the others.
Let's
Very
kind of go
Then we
beyond
have
the hills, try
So
not
the
to.
caves are a
campfire.
no-go.
Cook some
I will
marshmallows.
slap you.
The biggest no-go ever.
All right, so you head into the hills. Do you dismount from your stilts?
As we exit the swamp, yes. Join
Alright.
them on.
Are you taking them with you, or are you
Oh,
leaving
yeah.
them?
If ever I need to boogie.
All right, and you're heading into the hills. Who's
I would
leading?
say, please tell me you
either
haven't
myself or
steal
Georgie, because we have the-
stilts as well.
Guys,
For perception.
I may have still
oh, well, it
stilts.
depends whether we're survivaling or perceptioning.
Yeah, who's leading?
I
I
got
guess-
good survival.
Okay, so you lead, and I'll keep
Okay.
behind you.
Give me a survival check.
15.
On a 15, you start to make your way into these shale hills. And the shale lasts for probably 100 yards. And then it slowly starts to be overgrown with a very wiry like lichen, which almost feels like grass, but it's just long tendrils of the lichen lifting up off of the shale. But that slowly starts to give way to little shrub brushes.
That's good because I wasn't liking that.
Get out.
Yeah, you lose
Anti-inspiration.
Yeah, that
Just
slowly
'cause
gives
you're
way
a dad, you make dad
to
jokes,
these shrubs, which you realize would be a bad idea to touch because they all have these bizarre hook-like thorns that are all dripping kind of a sap.
Collect a sample.
I wonder, is this the dark fire?
Doesn't seem like the shrubs are heated.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sort of dripping this viscous fluid.
Okay, no touchy.
Careful. She's
Yeah.
helping guide those who can't see so well. And very delicate.
The hills are maybe 2 or 3 hills deep, and in the depression of each hill, there is more ash. So at one point you get, how deep are you going to go? Because it gets to your knees quite easily, and you haven't yet got to the bottom of the depression. Or do you continue to circle around the
I think so.
height? Yeah.
Yeah, circle.
Okay. You move around the height of the hills. You both only have 300 feet range, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only.
At the top of a hill, which now overlooks a hill and then the swamp behind you, you get to see a little bit more of this area. And there isn't another swamp ahead of you, to your relief. There is still a forest vaguely on the horizon. But below you now, the hill descends down into arguably what looks to be quite a nice plain. There's grass. Doesn't look like it's covered in leeches.
Grass.
It looks like grass. You can't see anything. You're
Yeah,
just seeing
yeah.
darkness. You're seeing these vague white grass-like fronds sticking up. You can see several creatures or boulders that seem to be moving very slowly, but they're quite in the distance. And then I need everybody to give me a perception check with disadvantage, please.
I presume not me.
Everybody.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
5. What a waste of 20.
Perception.
16.
16.
10.
10.
6.
Anyone higher? Gottfried. Somehow.
Strength checks, perception checks.
While everyone is focused and just looking, and you taste. Is that garlic? Since arriving here, you haven't really paid much attention to the taste because it was just mud and bile, but now you are definitely getting the taste of garlic, but it's roast garlic.
I see.
And it seems to be coming in on a soft little breeze that's blowing over these hills.
Communicated telepathically to everyone. Something that smells of roast garlic is approaching.
Could this be a campsite of some description, do you think?
Who knows?
The only fire here is this dark
Dark
fire
fire.
you spoke about. I mean, that would be
Yeah.
an interesting thing to see, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. I intend to take copious notes once I'm out of here. So I don't know whether we should stay away from it or go to it.
I say we go to it. There's nothing wrong if somebody's using lots of garlic.
Well, I say it smells of roast garlic, but perhaps that is the smell of a big spider or something. I don't know. It's a different plane of existence, you know.
For garlic, I'm willing to try.
No, very well.
Throw in some
So we
onions.
go. I'm also going to just inspect myself medically.
Oh,
Or lesions, leeches,
you have leeches.
Oh,
pop them off.
Should we spend some time popping them off?
yeah.
I think we should.
Yeah, I should also inspect.
Yeah, there are leeches everywhere.
Oh.
And yes,
Georgie's going to use like a crook to try and like
Brush them
scrape
off.
them off there. Yeah, just like.
Can I pop one in the...
So
I have only one
before-
bottle and I just got to put one
before you pull off the first one, you tug on it.
in. And it hurts.
It hurts like hell.
Oh.
And it's a nice big juicy one, about that long.
Lovely.
Yeah, and about as thick as your finger. How much pull are you going to do?
Oh, when it starts to hurt, I will stop.
It hurts.
We may have an issue here with the leeches. They are probably sucking our blood at a slow rate, but it will start to, you know.
Can I take a look at these leeches a little bit and try and investigate exactly what they're doing and if it's
Sure.
medicine check?
This would be a nature check.
Can I do this time?
16.
Yeah, of course. No, you can't because it's in pitch darkness.
Because I can't see.
Yeah.
16.
Yeah, 16 is good. So on a 16, you realize that normal leeches anesthetize the area and then latch on with their teeth. These leeches appear to be eating into you
Oh.
because they have spines along the sides that will dig in once their head is in.
Oh God.
So pulling them out would be like reverse pulling out an arrowhead.
Yeah.
It would be very bad. But you suspect that the ultimate goal of the leech is to actually simply get inside you.
Oh God.
Oh.
Try a lesser restoration.
I didn't take it.
Heals, but you didn't. I thought you did. Okay.
Not that kind of cleric. It arrives on Tuesday.
Can I do a medicine check of some description to see if I would know of? I mean, like what I'm trying to do is here, see if pulling this thing out would be the best idea, even despite the pain, or if it might be susceptible to some other form of influence, like heat or pain or something like that. Right.
Sure.
Shouting loud noises. The daylight spell.
Go ahead. Give me a medicine check.
19.
19. So, to your first question, pulling it out will cause severe damage. And because of the spines, the wound that it will create is very difficult to heal normally, right? In mechanical terms, every wound that you pull out will deal 2 hit points worth of damage. Okay? What is it susceptible to? Well, if you try and tweeze it or cut it, it digs in deeper. Fire, it may just get itself out. It may extricate itself in some way. Unless you have a vial of acid upon your person, it's impossible to determine what acid would do to it. Light, sound, it doesn't have any eyes, so you suspect it has nothing to do with light or vision or anything like that.
And how long does it look like we have with these things in us until they kind of bury themselves?
You probably have
inside our
about
body?
6 hours.
How long until we get extricated? Longer, right?
Probably.
It's really difficult to tell,
don't
but
know.
you think it's like one of those nightmares, right? Where you're waiting for an answer. You have no idea how long that time is.
So it seems to me like we need to try and get some answers about how to get rid of these things. Avery, you said you met some people.
Yeah, they weren't rightly talkative, mind.
Didn't they try to send you into the caves? Is that what you said?
They sent me in this direction. There happen to be caves in this direction.
Okay, you didn't get the feeling they were saying.
Well, they rescued me from some
guess so.
eel creature. And then they walked me in. They pretty much dismissed me, or at least I think they did. It was very hard to understand what was going on. But I stole their stilts and I left, so who knows?
And they went in this direction that we're going in as well?
I don't think so anymore. I think we kind of wandered from where we're going. I cannot tell you. I cannot see.
So I think follow
I
our
have an
noses.
idea to
Directly
deal with these leeches, though.
Yeah.
If I leave my sword upright on something, cast heat metal on it, and we just lean against it, cauterize the leeches.
This is interesting.
I'm willing to give that a go.
Yeah.
Let's try.
All right, you cast your spell.
Yeah, cast heat metal.
Let's stand around the sword so its glow is not evident. Someone is going to position me.
For sure.
And I'll...
Start to tap the leeches off.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would like everybody please to roll 2d12. Record this number.
Oh.
Together or separately?
Individually. So in your case, 9.
Okay.
12.
So you roll 2d12, add them together and write it down.
Yes.
Cool.
12 leeches.
That's either really good or not so good.
What did you roll?
14.
Okay. This is the number of leeches that you have upon your person.
Yeah.
Oh,
What did you get?
16.
16!
Well, there's more, you're a muscular person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to be fair,
They're not gonna be
I've got
interested in
more
me.
hit points
Yeah.
to be going.
Yeah. So the scalding sword idea will work. However, it does require a certain amount of finesse not to burn yourself whilst touching the sword. And it's the entire blade, isn't it?
Yes.
And what is the damage if you are holding the sword?
Yes, if you holding the sword, well, it's
2d8 fire damage, I believe, if you're whether you're holding it on or not. But obviously, if you're holding it, you have to willingly choose to keep hold of it.
Right.
Which is why I'm not holding it.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Okay, so who's going first?
I'll go first.
All right, give me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics check.
Yes,
Might
as
try
you
and
try to
vault over it. Or?
Well, you're trying to touch like your buttock against the sword without actually touching the sword.
Yeah, edging. Okay.
That has a very different context where I'm from.
15. 15 is good. 1 leech down. No, I'm joking. You roll a d6.
It might still be 1 leech down. It is.
1 leech down. It was just that one that you were aiming for.
Okay.
Do it again.
Oh, God.
What did I acrobatics, yeah?
Yeah.
It's a nightmare.
Again, 15.
Right. Another one.
Oh.
You're being very careful.
I am, yeah.
So 2 down. How many to go?
7.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, that's a miss.
Okay, but roll a d6 anyway. 3
3
down. You take 10 fire damage.
Okay. 9.
You're going to take damage, but you get rid of all of them. And you take an additional 8 fire damage.
18 fire damage.
Who's next?
I cannot afford this.
Georgie, she hates having these
And you've
things
got
on her.
Do you have multiple d20s?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
Let's get
I
some
can
stuff
do
done. I've got
up to a minute per cast. It depends how long we're saying it takes to.
Oh, this is not going to take more than this will be fine in D&D terms.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could probably roll. You got 4?
got 4.
All right. So that's a maximum of 24 leeches.
Okay, well, I've got 16 leeches, so
But let's assume you're not only rolling 6 on every single d6. So I'd roll all 4 of those.
all 4 of these.
Yeah. Your acrobatics check needs to be above 13.
Okay, that one will be. That one will be. That one will be yes. Well, a 13.
That's fine.
Yeah. So I've only got one under a 13.
Okay. All right.
Up
So now you
4.
may roll 46.
46. A 6.
6.
A 4.
10. 13. 16.
Yay!
Okay. And you only take 6 points of fire damage.
That's good because Georgie was going to get annoyed and just start ripping them off. So that saved me some damage.
Just by the by, this does require all of you to strip down to nothing. As you're putting the leeches on.
You're seeing even
You
more.
can't see anything anyway.
Seeing all more of the nightmarish Frankensteinian horror that is my body.
So what is this nightmarish Frankensteinian horror?
It does look like someone hacked me apart and stitched me back together, bit by bit.
With different limbs and body parts, or does it all look like it comes from the same
Some
corpse?
body parts might not have originally been mine. They might be replacements for things that just decayed away. Yeah, toes, things that are out of the way.
Extremities,
Yeah.
Sorry, did you come in here like that? She whispers.
Well, I feel like we know each other well enough now, but no, I've been like this for a little while.
All sewn together and stuff.
Yeah, all sewn together.
He has, as I said, a severe case of a creeping necrosis that requires constant attention.
That doesn't look creeping. That looks like it's
Creepy.
taken over the
Systemic.
Yes, it is. It is systemic.
It was quite a challenge to get in bed with that captain.
Oh God, yeah.
Depends what
I
body part
mean,
you-
we don't shame here.
Right,
She
right.
obviously
She's-
finds scars like that. Manly. Who's next? The blade, it doth burn.
You go ahead.
Yeah.
This is going to
How many
quite possibly
d20s have you
kill
got?
me.
Oh, how many leeches do you have?
I have 16
Okay, so
leeches.
40, 20 to begin with.
Yes, use as many as you like.
I'll start with 4. Above a 13, you say?
Yeah.
They're all above.
Oh,
Yeah, the lowest one was 13, so...
dexterous little blighter.
Well, I didn't even add any of my bonuses yet. That was
Oh.
just pure luck.
Wow, pure luck.
Right, roll 46.
Then, do you have a few? 2, let me see.
Yes.
3, 4.
That's fine. You only need 4.
Oh, I need 4.
Yeah.
Sure, I did. Yes, I know my mathematics.
Good counting.
5, 10, 15. Oh, there's one left.
One remains, so one last d20, and make it a good one.
And that's a bad one.
It was a bad one.
Yeah, that was a bad one. Okay.
You take 13 fire damage.
Yeah, I got the last one off, obviously.
Yes.
So there we go.
13 fire damage. Gottfried, the nimble, the agile.
I am neither nimble nor do I have plentiful hit points.
Aha.
So this is a serious issue.
It is indeed, but you don't have that many leeches.
I have 12. So, potential death. So now if I could see, what I would do is I would, and if I had an hour to use my arcane recovery to get a third of a slot back, what I would actually do is put hypnotic patron on all these guys and then misty step away. So they stay and I go because they're all immobilized by the hypnotic pattern. Sketchy as fuck, but happily it's academic because I can't see.
It is,
No problem.
yes.
Can we help him that we can see?
So my other question,
I would mitigate the penalty that he would get for not being able to see.
The other thing I want to try and sense is so they don't like heat. How about electricity? So could I, very, very gently, not so much a shocking grasp as a shocking pinch,
tickle,
electrocute each
just
one
on your
out.
nips.
I'm going to try one. I'm
Give
gonna
me
try
an
with some
arcana
weapons.
check.
Okay. Fuck's sake, I'm good at this.
You and your sketchy shit.
19 plus 8 is 27.
It drops out of you. Well, this is the problem.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as that. It
is.
takes tremendous concentration to just do it. So you have 11 left, right?
Mm-hmm. Keep doing the...
If you give me 3 checks, I will accept that.
Oh.
Sounds good. One's a 20, natural 20.
Lovely.
The lowest, another one is 23, and the lowest is 14.
Oh, you're fine. You managed to remove all of these. With everyone pointing out, no, just below your nipple, below, a little bit low.
Why did we start with
rib,
that?
4th rib, 5th rib.
Well, I couldn't help you because I can't see. So
We tell
Yeah,
them,
it was like
we tell them
shocking
there's still, we tell them there's still one left right at the nipple.
And you watch.
it's like Berlin in 1974. I'm going to take one of the dead ones and put it in my little bottle as a sample.
They're not dead. They're wiggling around on the shell.
There
All
you
right,
go.
fair enough. I will say that you can do that. Why not? You got a leech in a bottle.
Great.
So
You are now deleached.
you're sewn together.
Yeah.
Well, no, he's not sewn together, is it? The necrosis destroyed some of his extremities, so they had to be replaced.
Can I do an insight check? Because I think
Yes.
George is trying to put together what is happening here.
Do you want to do an insight check on me when I say that? Is it?
I mean, it doesn't really make much difference because I've just rolled. Where's my There it is. Oh yeah, it's 0. 6.
6. So both of you may make a deception check.
With my plus 10 deception,
14.
do I need to? That's a 16.
Yeah.
14.
Yep. Tell her the truth.
I'm telling my truth.
Georgie, I have a similar suspicion that something's not right. with that
I'm not
friend
even
Avery.
sure what my suspicion is. I just know something's not right.
Something's not right. Maybe we should figure this out when we're back in the material plane.
Yeah.
Because I wonder if we...
The
let's-
garlic now has a hint of bacon.
Oh,
Oh, now you're talking.
That's a
Oh,
resist.
Garlic
That's
was
a-
like, wow,
yeah.
the
That's a
bacon.
resist. We don't even get a saving throw. We're
We start heading towards the bacon.
Mm-hmm.
And we avoid difficult questions.
Yeah.
Bacon's
We all
saved.
put our clothes back on.
Ah.
Good point.
I've got the
Right,
hat
and
out
us
of the
walking
bag.
around naked the whole campaign, guys.
Well,
No.
who's leading?
No, we don't. Yeah.
No.
No, we don't. Who's leading? Is it
I
you
mean,
again?
I'm following my nose.
All right, that's fine.
Mm-mm.
You don't have to make a survival check.
Oh.
You are the first to see that the hills have one cluster of hills seems to be
Alive with the sound of music.
I mean, that is what is singing in my
I had
head
it in my
right
brain
now.
as well.
dear, oh dear. One cluster of hills does not have music at all, but seems to be a little bit squarer than the other hills. And it's not terracing, it's just that these are artificial hills. The lichen has grown over them and has actually been cultivated to grow over them, but because they have been constructed out of bits of shale and sods of earth and so on, you realize these hills are actually a wall that has been built around something. But because they're designed to look like hills, it's quite easy for you to get to the top of them if you wanted to do so. But you would then be at the top of them and illuminated by this very inky grey black sky.
I mean, it's bacon, so...
No one evil has ever eaten bacon.
You think that exactly like cooking bacon is not, it's not obviously a predator. If they're cooking bacon and garlic, they can...
We could be being lured into...
Oh, the bacon monster, yeah. So I read about this in the book as well. Yeah.
Sneaky. Sneaky.
I say we go to cook. Need to find out everything I can about this cursed place before we get back to the material plane.
We're here now.
So who's sneaking?
You can't. You're not.
I mean,
doing.
I've got crappy stealth, so...
Oh, I haven't even
But you
oh,
can't
yeah.
see anything.
No, but I
Okay.
can sneak with the best.
He can sneak
You are
with
not
me.
going anywhere. You're on a leash, sunshine.
So
I'll
are you going to
supervise.
wait with Gottfried? Or
Yeah, I'll wait with Godfrey.
All right.
We can't see.
the two
what's
of you are
point?
stealthing up?
I mean,
Go ahead, give me a stealth check.
Are you wearing your armor?
yes.
Avery, you need to be more careful. What was I just going to get myself a leech?
Oh, a 20 or a...
13.
I get advantage on dex.
That's a d12.
Oh, yes.
Saving throws.
Take
Oh,
saving
it's
throws.
saving
And we're
throws.
exhausted.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and you're exhausted.
Oh,
I was
yes,
just
that's
trying
right.
to save myself from the 2 I just
Yeah.
rolled. That's oh.
Yeah. So you are moving up fairly quietly. You are not, because your foot slips on some of the shale, causing an avalanche of rock to go down. You swear, and the two of you at the bottom hear this quite loudly. Nothing seems to happen.
can either of us? Have we been left blind?
Yeah, we have totally. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Can't see.
Not a thing.
Should we go down and tell them that the coast is clear?
You haven't yet got to the top.
Okay, shall we carry on then?
I think I've got shale stuck somewhere. I don't want shale. Oh my god. I'm ready.
Okay.
You carry on going. Give me another check. Yeah, you have disadvantage because you're exhausted, remember?
Well, yeah. I'm wearing armor.
Oh.
17.
Well, that'd be another 4.
You realize that you're being super quiet because someone's making a lot of noise
That's right.
and masking your sound.
Yeah, but net.
Yeah.
It's still pretty good.
Yes.
Oh, bloody! This is horrible. Oh,
You get a telepathic message from me going, quiet now. Please don't want to meet
quiet.
another spider.
So you two get to the top. And yeah, you two get to the top. I was like, and you see nothing. You two get to the top and you look down and there is more light in the depression of these hills than there should be. But it's like saying that is dark gray and everything else is just black. So it's margins of brightness. It's not like bright light. And you can see that there are figures moving around and possibly cave entrances or structures have been built in this space, but it's just so dark. And then the two of you feel something pressed against your back.
Oh, God.
And you hear a voice and smell this incredible fishy odor.
The bios are back, yeah?
Why?
Why not?
That's not the answer that it was hoping for. What are the two of you doing? You hear Avery go, why not?
When you say it like that.
And we look down and we see something.
Yes, you see about 6 black-skinned humanoids standing behind these two. Tridents raised, pointed, poised.
Bacon or Gottfried? Gottfried or bacon?
Yeah.
Bacon.
If it was me, it would be bacon.
We've come all this way to save them.
We need to save them.
Georgie kind of puts her hands up placatingly
We
to the...
slide down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slide down.
I,
Don't harm us. Stop.
I
Wait.
came to give you these back.
Give them back their stilts.
Give me a deception check on that one.
That I can do.
Because you did not come back to
That's some dirty 20.
Oh, that just beats my 16. So that causes the one that was very concerned to pause. Who take?
Your friend left for me.
Even I don't get that.
Your friend gave me these.
He points, and they all seem to try and urge you in a specific direction. It seems as if they're trying to urge you into the hill.
Okay.
Let's go with them, guys. As I said,
Yeah.
within 24 hours, we're going to get yoinked out of this place. Let's just stay alive.
Yeah, we're fine. We're good.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were led almost directly into this hill, and as you were getting closer, you realize that this carpet of weed has been very specifically grown to look like solid ground, but it gets parted quite easily. And you're taken in, and you now realize that what you were looking down into was indeed a little valley, and the caves are actually the entrances to structures that are built out from the hill. So the top of them look like more valley. And so there's a whole little community down here. And you can definitely tell masculine and feminine forms by the shape of these individuals. They all seem to be quite afraid of you as you're being led in by these, you suspect, warriors who've now got you at arrow point or spear point. And they lead you past these clumps of very hot black sludge over which you can see possibly that worm thing. Bits of it are slowly being rotated, and that smells of bacon. It's such a disconnect. But you're being guided towards a structure that looks like the bigger cave entrance. There are all kinds of carapaces. It looks like a bit of spider carapace over there. There are the skulls of the two-headed kind of creature that have been put on spikes in a very ceremonial kind of way. Lots of decoration, but in this low light. But your eyes now are starting to adjust to it, so you can vaguely see what's going on. But the two of you can see there is a community, probably about 80 people are living here.
So these are obsidian black-skinned
Yes.
humanoids.
Yes. Black eyes. The only color, well, it's not even a color, is their teeth, which is a sort of brownish.
But otherwise, they're humanoid, they're...
Yeah, their ears are weird. They kind of stick out slightly from their heads, but wrap back into their skulls. Their skulls are slightly elongated. Their jaws stick out slightly forward. Their noses are quite flat. So almost Githyanki-like in appearance, but with this pitch black skin.
This is fascinating. We have found another species. Denizens of the Shadowfell. This is extraordinary. This will make a very interesting paper.
Let's just make sure we're not going to get end up like the bacon over the fire.
Indeed.
Gottfried.
Yes.
The structure you are herded into is full of more of these. Your count of 80, maybe it should be closer to 180. In almost a Senate-like seating or community-style seating. in a half circle around a flattened area. And then seated on a platform overlooking the flattened area, there are 3 of these individuals. One is quite portly. One looks to be very old and has gray skin, which makes them stand out quite a lot. And then another that looks to be the most important because they're sitting in a slightly bigger chair. And the gray skin, when you arrive, steps up and chatters away to the others. You realize the chattering sound, it's actually telepathic. They're not making any sounds at all, but you're all hearing it. So it's a sort of a broadcast telepathy, if you will. Eventually the gray-skinned one looks at the 4 of you.
Material planers, why here? Why come? Why stay?
If you don't mind,
You're telepathic, yeah.
Against our will. But soon we return, we believe. And we mean no harm. I would be honored to know what you are. What do you call your people?
We, Kiel. You kill Bala Bala.
Yeah.
How you make Dag Vomaka leave?
I will simply say, I have great power. And with that, my book animates, a quill appears, and I write down Kiel. And I'm going to have my quill sketch one of these guys as best I can.
They look at the book, but you quickly realize it's the floating might be odd, but they don't obviously recognize what the hell the thing is. They have no idea what it's doing. It would be like going back to the Roman times and holding your phone to your ear.
Yeah.
They think you're holding a clay tablet to your head.
What want?
Nothing. Soon we will return. Bother you no further. In the meantime, I would again be honored to learn as much as possible about your people. We are your guests, if that is what you wish, but soon we will go. We wish no quarrel with you.
With a long stick, it draws a symbol on the ground, which I will now draw. And all of those seated around all kind of go, what are your reactions?
I think they're not genuflecting or bowing or anything at this.
They're recoiling.
Recoiling. I will not react.
Do I recognize this at all? Any idea?
Yeah.
This looks very strange.
Anybody can make a religion check.
Okay.
I'd like to insight their reaction if possible.
Sure.
Oh, anybody still have inspiration?
No, you gave me yours.
Oh, I have inspiration. You can have mine. Yeah.
Do you mind?
No, not at all.
Great. I think this might be really fucking important.
Yeah, so do I.
Oh, now we're talking. So religion, 26.
Nice.
15 to see what that body
Their
language-
reaction was genuine.
Yeah.
They recoil at the sight of this thing. 26. In all of your literature, that symbol has come up maybe twice, and its variants on that symbol. The one that you are more familiar with is where this pointed shape is within the top of this. And so some scholars speculate it's a serpent. This across the line, that's either incorrect on behalf of the gray skinned one, or is a variant of that symbol. The symbol represents, and this is why it's sketchy, supposedly it represents another god. Not Brax or Ma'at or Reft or Helvath or even Gashul.
Even Gashul.
This symbol represents supposedly another god, a missing god or a lost god or a... And of course, by that very nature, that book becomes, or that symbol is heretical.
Yeah. I will draw it in my, have the quill copy that, but then I'll have it turn a page and I'll draw the one that I've seen with this variation and show it to them. And I will go and point at this and go, and then point at my version. This could be really good.
Oh no, we got wrong dice! Wrong dice! It's underneath your chair.
It's underneath
Directly
my chair.
underneath your chair.
Watch out for the microphone.
Watch out for the microphone. Sorry.
Thank you very much.
Oh, God.
As you show this symbol to them...
Why is Ave Maria playing in my head?
Oh yeah. They look at you drawing that, and the large one immediately hisses. And the leader hisses. The gray one looks earnestly at you and has completely misinterpreted what you have drawn.
Like that we're a follower of this god, yeah?
Okay, so...
And as they see the symbol, it shouts out this command, but you realize it's telepathic. And those warriors around immediately lower their weapons and they get ready to strike.
So I will then immediately, telepathically, into that grayskin guy. Jalta'ak. Oh God. Again. Maybe fantastic, maybe the worst thing I could do.
We'll be back next week. Doing the recap is me. I'm doing the recap. My favorite moment. My favorite moment. My favorite moment in this last episode is I was trying to make this place feel nasty and miserable and insufferable and just oppressive. And I think I got that by your reaction.
It has been grim.
It has. It's not a nice place. It's not a nice place. But also this cultural exchange. I mean, just looking at how it's happening,
it's gold.
Like, this is why so much bad stuff happened, because just one wrong action and suddenly the spears are pointing at you.
Yeah.
So anyway, there we go. Leave your comments. I haven't said this on 12 videos. I mean, come on, get with it. Leave your favorite moments in the comments down below. And just remember that we do have a Discord channel, discord.gg/greatgm, where there is a Duskmourn channel that is open for people to discuss things that they like about the show, predict what's coming up in the future, things like that. So there's that, as well as...
If you like a bingeable podcast, then please check out No Small Rolls. That's roll spelled ROLLS, as well as the main campaign. There are also lots of little mini campaigns that you can also check out if you fancy like a little easy intro.
There you go. Get your fix. Right. Thanks everyone for playing. We'll see you all next week.
Ciao. Bye-bye.
Maybe it is in.